What's going on, Blue Dooley? And we're out here at Proline by the Fire 2025. Today is Friday. I did a little bit of filming yesterday, Thursday, when we got here. But so far, really kind of digging the event. Met a few other YouTubers and a couple vendors. So we're going to get out here, do some crawling. Mom's driving the HPI Venture Scale Builders Kit, and I got the CXT out right now just to kind of give it more of a shakedown run and catch everybody's attention with it because it's a little bit big and noisy. So come along as we check out all 3 days of the event. Well, 2.5 days.
And they were like, the trails are just, you can't even walk on this path pulling on your foot.
Will there be a regular version after 250?
We don't know yet.
We want to see how it goes.
We want to see how this goes.
I mean, if I base it off of performance rounds, people, one of the things, once these people drive these things.
I mean,
Maybe breaking the field.
so you're making up for
Push it forward. There you go.
Now I gotta be the one to get up.
Right.
So this was the first year I could go to Proline by the Fire, and my mom went with me because, well, my wife couldn't get time off, James couldn't get time off, and she was bored and wanted to go on a vacation. So I have enough trucks. She could drive one of my trucks while I was driving one of the other ones. This little town is so neat, and video and photos just don't do it justice. It even wasn't complete here. But yeah, the little scale town is really awesome. Definitely worth checking out. The biggest takeaway for me, especially since, again, Mom really isn't in the hobby at all, was how nice everybody was. She could randomly talk to anybody. There were times when we'd be separated and she'd have a truck next to her, people to ask her about it, and of course, she doesn't know anything about them. But she was really surprised at how friendly people were. And that's kind of something I've always found in this hobby, is generally people are in the hobby are pretty cool. So she had a great time. Shout out to the guys at Bash Maps for having free water and a little canopy and some chairs so you could sit in and get out of the sun and the heat and just kind of sit there and cool off. Also the fact that it was right there next to the scale town, so when Mom did need to sit down for a little bit, she could watch people drive around the town. But yeah, those dudes were super cool. I think as big as the area the event covers is, they could probably use one or two more little gazebo things to provide some shade and some places for people to sit. Just because, I mean, it wasn't too bad when we were there, but 85 for some of us who come from places where it doesn't get that hot a lot, it'll take a little bit out of you. As far as events go, I only really did like a couple of obstacle things or challenge courses, like right in the kind of immediate area of the vendor row and where they had a few things set up. The trails, I did 2 of the trails fully, and 1 of them partly, and that was just due to the terrain and the fact that I don't really walk great because of my nerve problem. If James was with me, or my friend Scott, both of whom are in really good shape and do a ton of walking, if I was with somebody I knew a little better like them, I'd have been more willing to go on the rest of the trails. All the vendors I talked to were super cool. The Mitric RC guys, I had to buy a fistful more LEDs to finish lighting the CXT. Oscar and all the guys over at Red Cat were super awesome to talk to. I think they really dug the CXT and all the marksman parts I used on it. The MIP guys were blown away that I had to actually lengthen their longest drive shaft to get it to fit in the CXT, and surprised at how much power I was putting through that Tamiya transmission and their drive shafts and the Red Cat parts. We'll get to CXT problems a little later, but again, all the vendors super cool that I talked to. The Reefs drop, I had misheard. I thought it was an RTR complete vehicle, and the Founders Edition was just gold bits, but that apparently wasn't the case. I did get Mom to do some driving. The HPI Venture did amazing out on this terrain. The J Concepts Bossman tires hooked up really good, and the truck's pretty simple. It's pretty easy to drive, so she had a good time, even though we didn't get up the harder lines as some of the people were doing, but that's okay. I mean, all of the trails seem to have multiple lines depending on what kind of rig you were driving anyways. If you had very focused rigs, you could take very hard lines through all of the trails that I saw. Or if you were running more trail truck or not high performance truck, you could just take a different line around an obstacle and still do the whole trail. I think they had a lot more people than they initially planned on at the event. I think that might be why some things maybe didn't go smoothly as some people expected them to. But overall, I had a fantastic time. Mom had a ton of fun. So I'm just going to share video with you, just from various trails I did. Some of the clubs, I filmed some of their cars just sitting on tables, talked to them for a little bit. Again, everybody was so cool. And the California clubs that participated in the event, making the trails and stuff, huge thanks to you guys. That I know that wasn't easy, and it was a lot of work to make those trails, but you definitely made the event more fun.
Like I said.
Drive your ass over here. Come on, 50 bucks. I got a 10.
Just drive around.
Alright, get over here. Alright.
If you touch the gate, you can go anyway.
I go straight across.
But you still have like no, you have the little guy. Yes, only little guys.
Like, can you just go over there? It has to be that here.
But like once
Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, dude. Put him on something. Thank you.
Come on, man. Scare me.
Good job, Steve. These things are sick. Thank you, bud.
The thing is, you can change the look of it like over and over again.
Right.
And the bed will last forever, pretty much.
Yep. Yeah, we'll end up doing that carbon.
How you doing, bud?
We're doing good. How are you?
Not too shabby. Here at Proline, having a great time.
Right? Got to check out everybody's rig.
Heck yeah. How's the day going so far for you?
Pretty good.
That's cool. That's cool.
I think I overheated my big CXT.
Oh, if you're interested in any speakers.
No, I'm good on speakers. I got a 53 hauler with two 2.5-inch full range loudspeakers in it.
Oh, heck yeah.
Sounds good. You like a candy?
Oh, no thanks, man.
Pumpkin?
Like I said, I'm just checking out everybody's cool cars.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, sir.
a lot of people do well.
I wish I had patience for paint. With paint. Good paint, he takes time. Thanks, man.
This goes toward the end, and then if you go to the main, and so now, let's say you see this, it shows the specs. Great challenges. How long you can get visibility. Okay, well, now I can that was help simplify this. So it shows what the model is, and if it's a good racing truck, it'll report the data. But any truck, but you know, something, and of course,
Well, no. 400. So I don't have that. Oh, sorry.
So this is actually run later on. I'll run this.
This is why this toolkit has been
Oh yeah. I mean, that's the only way to cut it. He does a great job.
What was that? Yeah, we put away. On the night.
You want to see on this lid?
Sure.
Takes a lot of patience to do that kind of welding.
That was a very hard chassis to make because everything is a radius.
Right.
There's not a straight bar in it to fit that cab.
Let's talk show and shine. I didn't even get half of the vehicles here filmed, I think. I filmed kind of early when they were really kind of setting up, and then talked to someone a little bit, and the next thing I knew there was like 300 more vehicles out here. The number of trucks was mind-boggling. I knew there were a lot of people out there, but when you figure everybody had at least 2 or more trucks, I think some people had 5 or 6 or 10 with them. Yeah, the number of rigs were mind-boggling, and I don't even know how the judges even began to judge some of this stuff. The trailer class, the vehicles towing trailers, had probably 100 plus rigs in it by itself. This is the rust bucket class, and I believe this truck coming up here with the flag, the tow truck, I think that used to be a Tonka truck. I'm pretty sure that's a metal body. Or mind-boggling, amazingly good styrene work, but I'm pretty sure it was metal. I didn't touch any of the trucks. I didn't pick any up because I'm just respectful like that. And I hope that everybody else does the same. I mean, especially the amount of work some of the people put in their paint jobs and stuff. I wouldn't want to touch them for fear of breaking them. And everything. Crawlers, hot rods, lowriders, ret rods, rust buckets, mats off-road. These are like 3 of the 5 of them there. There might have been more. I know for sure if I saw 5 distinct things. Toxic Crawlers hauler. He was a super cool dude. Talked to him for a little bit. Mainly about the 53 hauler. But, of course, they had a kids 15 and under class for pretty much, I think, all the events. The U4 hot lap was for 15 and under, and them little kids were running their butts off trying to get that trophy. The Winnebagos, the Tonka truck Winnebagos, I am so amazed at how popular those things are. I don't know how many of them I saw. That one was pretty sweet. Of course, a couple coming up here that left them in whatever shape they purchased them in. Yeah, these 2 right here. But yeah, I'd film a row and go back to film something, and there'd be a dozen more vehicles in each line. The SCX 10 or 6 Chevy body towing the sandrail, that's pretty sweet setup. I mean, that SCX 6 is big enough. Well, them sandrails aren't exactly small cars in real life. But here's the 2 I was looking at earlier with the wrap saran wrap off that had been used to protect the wax job. I don't think the camera does that purple justice either. Those were some very shiny rigs, but the show and shine is definitely when you can tell how many people brought multiple trucks with them. I only put 2 of my 3 in it. My blue painted Proline Power Wagon body, there's nothing really special about it. But I thought the CXT should be shown. And I showed off the Lloyd body on my HPI Wheelie King because it's the first paint job I've done multiple colored. And this Freightliner by Big J's, I love that thing. That thing's cool.
But you go ahead.
I'm
slow.
I'm not going to be any faster than you, so.
Okay.
Because I got to do the same thing. Drive the truck and then walk.
Yeah. So I can't see it. I can't.
Cars broke.
Yeah, broken drive shaft. So we'll go down the, we'll just cut across.
I'm just going down that way. Yeah. That way I can get out of people's way. Sorry.
Now I know the HPI Venture isn't a popular platform, but it did so well out here, and I know Moose Jaw had his out, but I have the Scale Builder's Kit of the Venture, which just came chassis only, no wheels, no tires, no electronics. So I'm running a 1800 kV Fusion, standard Fusion motor, a 45 kilogram Hexfly servo, which is the same servo Red Cat uses for the lay frame servos in the 53 hauler, a metal servo horn. I have the brass axle weights in the front axle, but I don't have them in the rear axle. I did all of my driving with a nickel metal battery, Venom Power 3000 milliamp nickel metal battery, and never had to switch batteries in the truck. I drove it for hours. But the Vanquish wheels and hubs, and then J Concepts Bossman tires with Proline scale shocks, and of course the Proline Power Wagon body, stock front bumper, no rear bumper. That's it. Pretty much as you get it out of the box, minus the shocks, which I tore 2 up a while ago, just because I've put so many miles on the truck, and it's taken so many tumbles that just got damaged and leaked. So put some Proline shocks and springs on it, and you don't need a fancier rig than that to have a good time out here. Again, all the trails were kind of just a banner marker, like that orange ribbon, and you could pick hard. You could look for harder lines. You could look for easier lines, like I kind of did. It just kind of depended on your setup. Like the group caught up here with me. A couple of them tried the really, really hard lines, and a couple of them tried it once and then just decided to go around. But the HPI Venture Scale Builders Kit did just fine out here. I have no complaints about that truck. I always enjoy taking it out. The CXT, I know, probably agitated a ton of people because of how gear noisy it is. But it did get a lot of people's attention. And it ran and drove just fine. I did try to do like a deadlift competition with it, which they had a board that you parked on. They hooked a rope to the back of the truck. It went under a pulley, up to another pulley, and then down to a stack of weights. It did 12 pounds, no problem. When I goosed it to do the 16-pound pull, strip something. I still haven't figured out what it is yet, but couldn't drive it no more. I would say I'm bummed about tearing something up on the CXT, but I kind of expected to at some point, just because dual motors through that Tamiya transmission and adapters and all of that, I kind of expected something to fail. And I do apologize to everybody who found it just absolutely obnoxious as it drove by because of how loud it was. But I had a really good time. I am really kind of hoping to go next year. I got a couple builds in mind. Depending on who comes with me, will kind of determine on what other vehicles I bring. The CXT is going to get fixed, and I think I'm going to make it weigh more. So for like tug of war and other or maybe sled pull stuff, it'll have more traction for that kind of thing. So I'm happy with the way it performs though. But yeah, get MIP to make me a longer shaft and figure out what I stripped out. And that truck's gonna get a little more fine tuning, but I had such a good time. Everybody was so cool. Can't thank everybody enough.
Well, that's going to do it for Proline by the Fire 2025. I only broke 1 truck, and I brought 3, so I think I did pretty good. Had a really great time. Everybody was super cool. Even when Mom was standing in line just next to a truck waiting for a coffee, people were talking to her. So both of us had a really good time. I didn't win anything in the raffle, but oh well. So hope everyone enjoys the video and had a good weekend. We'll catch you in the next one. And the CXT needs more transmission strength. And I'm going to win that deadlift next year. Later.